So I can't understand why anyone would anyone. It just doesn't make sense. Why anyone would what I was going to say it doesn't make any sense why anyone would vote Labor in Australia anymore. And Liberal, uh, I mean, I've voted Liberal my whole life, but they just seem directionless or just vague. And at least Labor says things, all the things I disagree with. But they say stuff and they seem dinkum about it. But, you know, it's like if at 52% of Australians are now working for the government, I suppose they're all happy because they're getting a good wage and everything's got all their benefits and everything's looking rosy from their point of view. So why would they? So they keep going. Labor's great, or Labor or Liberal, and they will all be happy, no problems. It's all just no, don't stress. They're going all right. But for people who work with their hands, and people who work for themselves, and contractors and all the rest of it like that, we're all going. It's just there's nothing in it, like how could we? It's baffling to us from our point of view. It's absolutely baffling, and there's nothing in it for us. Now, does the world have to revolve around me? No. Does the world have to revolve around tradesmen? No. But I guess it's going to become a problem eventually. But I saw some lady, saying, with arguing with Pearl, saying that, we'll just import more men, like, well, I suppose you couldn't you? That's really sad, but I guess it hurts my feelings, and I think that we're just so replaceable like that to do that to us, and the fact that she doesn't care at all what happens to us, and doesn't she have a brother or a father or an uncle or anyone that she cares about? Like that seems really mean. But then again, okay, so even if you do that, what happens to that in the end? Like we're all, I'm just done. What's the end conclusion? Like men, just all men that work for this, we all just get what? What happens to us? We have to retrain, or doesn't someone else have to do it then? What we're doing, and then it doesn't seem like there's a start and a finish to it. Like I can't think of the words. Like I didn't record this and re-edit it and all that stuff. This is just how me speaking. I suppose you could take a hold of it and just from her point of view saying we don't need men, and or if we need more men, these ones die out, injure themselves or die at work or become crippled. You just sort of dig a big hole and shove them over there and get some more from overseas. She said that out loud on TV. And she didn't get shot down for that. I shoot Charlie Kirk for less. Anyway, so we know there's a bias, so women can just, seems like women can say anything. Well, it seems like that, but that's probably not true. I've got a daughter, I've got a wife. I want the best for them. I don't want them to suffer unnecessarily. I don't want to suffer unnecessarily. I don't want anyone to suffer unnecessarily. I mean, we all suffer from bad decisions. We make mistakes. Show me someone that hasn't made a mistake, right? We all make mistakes and we suffer the consequences. Okay. We learn by it, yeah. We get better. Sometimes we make the same mistake more than once. Maybe even more than twice. Like me. But there's always hope. We have to, we just keep improving. We keep learning and moving on. I mean, there is forces in this world that whether you believe in the whole good versus evil argument, whether you believe in that or not, I think it's pretty clear evidence, as far as I can see in the world, that there's good and bad. Why does it feel good when you do the right thing? Is that a reward system happening in our brains that over millions of years making us a reward system that's developed in our neurology in our brain where the tracks have been made, and so we got rewarded for doing the right thing, and so now anytime anyone does anything good, they feel good? Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, anyway. And now that woke has ruined humour, what do we do now? Because I was with my son on the weekend, he's 25 years old, and I said, hey, let's put a movie on at night, you know, we're going to have pizza and watch a movie together, you know, and I said, let's watch something funny. And the thing is, there isn't any funny movies anymore. So we had to watch an old movie. And it was good, and we laughed and we had a good time. So there's consequences, isn't there, for this sort of hyper, whatever it is. Worrying what we say, worrying about hurting other people's feelings to the extreme. And they believe they haven't gone far enough. They just keep going to a point where we don't even think it. You know? What's really sad is Australia has everything. We have gold, we have diamonds, we have oil, we have gas, we have coal, we have beaches, you can get snow, you can get, you know, really hot weather up north. You got from one extreme to the other, you know, from the top to the bottom. We've got room to move, and you can go on a road trip for days, and, you know, it's wonderful. Or you can live in a small community and be known by everyone in your town, like where I am now. I love my town. It's wonderful. I always get a sore arm from waving at everyone when I go for a walk down the main street. Hey, how you going? You know, like, and then you if you stop and talk to everyone, which you can get stuck, you know. And I like it, but you got to do work, you know. Work. And it's like the inner city thing, isn't it? This inner city thing. All these people are stuck in the city and they're doing their jobs and in these high-rise buildings and corporate sort of, I don't know, you know, all that stuff they're doing in there and everything, running the country, I suppose. And so maybe they should have electric cars in the city, yeah, and electric scooters and motorbikes and everything like that to help with the smog. Yeah, that makes sense. But electric cars in the country and trucks and things, It's just not necessary. I mean, we're all doing long distances drive. We have to drive 80 kilometres to go and do our shopping once a week. And there's only one charger there, and like us. But isn't that like like I saw a sign that said once, removing the last. Why don't you have a decaf or something, and remove the last little bit of pleasure you have in life. It's like that. I like driving a nice car. If it saved the world and it was proven beyond a shadow of a doubt, great, but it's not. There's no such thing as net zero. There's always a cost. You can't make plastic or anything without oil. So it's another one of these things. They keep saying it, and it's like Hitler. They keep saying a lie over and over and again, and eventually people will believe it. But we're sitting there, but it's not true. Like, you keep telling us it's true. It's like, what? What do we? And you say, that's not true. You're thinking, racist. He's a racist, that dude. Cut him down, shoot him, kick him in the guts. Kick him in the guts, that's it. Or be like my cat. He just bites you, scratch you. He would, and, well, he would. Damn you. Yeah, see, anyway, they say it's a dog's life and a cat's life. Look, I've got a black and white cat. I'm not racist, It's a stance I've taken. Having said that, not saying too much, but having said that, be that as it may, so on and so forth. Yeah, so I dot all the I's and tick the what's names, keep it moving along, and everyone's happy, yes, it's good, yeah, very good, just move along, nothing to see here, just quietly. This. I like a young Mexican guy I was talking to his father, and see, this is important. A young Mexican guy, I heard this story. It was a young Mexican guy was talking to his grandfather, and he said, "Grandfather, you're a wise man in many things." He says, "What do you think about a woman's right to choose?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "No, I think everyone's got a right to wear shoes." That's a good point. Good point. And then the other thing, a young guy asked me the other day. He says, "Oh man, what's it like being married?" And I told him to leave me alone. And then when he left me alone, I asked him why he was ignoring me. And I said, "That's what it's like being married. It's exactly like that." Anyway, yeah. Well, toodles.